Welcome back. With so many businesses out there providing products and services, it is critical that there is something different about what your business does or what your business provides. I'm Regina Montgomery, and earlier in the show we were speaking with Rupinder Kaur, who is the owner of Artist Therapy, and we were talking about her unique business. And now we're going to talk to somebody else who has a fairly unique business. His name is Paul Barron, and he's the owner of the Orangeville Conservatory of Music. So thank you for joining me today, Paul.
Thanks for having me on. This is great.
So doing some research, I have to say, I found out not only is your business unique, you've been here for over 40 years. So talk about that. I mean, that's a longevity thing. I mean, to be able to sustain a business for that long is unprecedented sometimes. Let's talk about the business, what it is you do, and talk about being in our community for that amount of time.
Okay. Well, I haven't been here for 40 years.
Right, you're only in your 20s, but the business has been here for 40 years.
Yes. So it was established in 1969. We've occupied a lot of different spaces over the years. Right now we're on Rob Boulevard. Our primary function is teaching music lessons. Okay, we do sell instruments, we sell books, we sell small wares and that sort of thing, but it's music lessons. That's the core, that's the passion, that's what the business was built on.
So you just said the passion, so talk about that. I mean, and obviously, you know, you haven't had the business for 40 years, somebody else had. So it's a family-run business?
Yes, actually it was corporate initially. My father bought it in the 70s, and actually I worked there as my after-school part-time job in the 70s, and in the 80s he was retiring. We had an opportunity, my sister and I, to purchase the franchise from him, and so we did. And then in 1985, I actually bought out the partnership of the Orangeville segment of that. So it has been a family-run business almost from the onset, and it continues to be. My wife and I run it now.
Talk about that family element, working with family. I mean, that in itself has its own challenges, because when you go home, and you said your wife is working in it, so when you go home at the end of the day, do you go, okay, walking through the door, that's it, no more business talk, it's now, how does that work? How do you balance it out?
It can be tricky. We try to leave it outside the door, but that doesn't always work, because we have an administration office at our home. But it's a case of carving out time that you can be together, not as business partners, not in business, and basically time that you have to do your own things as well. I ski, and Eleanor doesn't, so like one day a week I try and get out there and just lose it all, you know.
So you were talking about what you do. So what is unique about you, though? I mean, if people look at it, there's music studios. We have lots of them here, and we have a really great arts and culture in Dufferin County. So what makes you different, though?
Well, first off, we're a conservatory, so students learn how to read notes, and we have guitar students that want to do just tabs, but if you can teach the tabs along with the notes all at the same time, it's really not that hard to learn, it's not that hard to teach. Even the drum kits, like there's a method of reading the drum music for the different drums. Right. So, we get to have the kids doing recreational exams based on a recreational curricula. So it's sort of a balance between maybe traditional classical Royal Conservatory and maybe a little bit less structured environment. So we've tried to take the middle ground on it, and it's very unique, and it's working out well for us.
So now we're going to take a look at another business that's unique here. Actually, when you think about it, coffee and music go together very well. Let's take a look at Mochaberry's story.
Mochaberry is a unique place to come because we actually offer customers more than just coffee. So what we do at Mochaberry is we build relationships. So our ultimate goal is to get to know every customer that comes through the door, build a relationship with them, get to know their families, get to know what makes them who they are. That's what we offer at Mochaberry, and I think that's what sets us aside or differentiates us from other cafes in town. Also, it's something that we just enjoy doing here. Aside from the great coffee and the fact that we roast our own coffee and all those things that actually differentiate us as well from other cafes, it's sort of giving that extra bit in sort of customer service, building experiences, and so on, is what truly makes. I got into this business basically out of a passion for coffee. I used to work in the finance part of a frozen food industry, actually. So I've always sort of been in food a little bit. I've always been in customer service as well. So I've always had a passion for coffee, though. I thought if I ever had the opportunity to have my own cafe, I'd jump on it. So when I heard that Mochaberry was up for grabs, so to speak, I sort of thought, wow, this is a great opportunity. I live just down the street. I can actually pursue a passion that I've always had. The coffee roaster is important and unique to Mochaberry because it's actually generated a lot of extra business for us. Aside from that, it's made it so we have essentially the freshest coffee in town. We serve up all our coffee sort of on tap is coffee that we've roasted in-house here. So that enables us to have the freshest coffee. People are sort of gravitating to the fact that we're roasting coffee in-house, so we can do custom roasts. So now we can offer exotic coffees like Hawaiian Kona, Jamaican Blue, Puerto Rican, all those things. Because we're roasting in such a small batch size, you can literally walk in the door, I want a pound of Jamaican. We'll roast it right in front of you. It takes 10 minutes and you're gone. So you're not ordering it online from somewhere in the States and you don't know how fresh it is. So that's really opened up a whole new market for Mochaberry. There's different things that stem off from roasting. It's also opened up a fundraising market for us. So we utilize roasted coffee to help organizations raise money to help them offer certain programs in the community. One local organization would be Big Brothers Big Sisters. We work with them to raising money through selling coffee. And some more organizations as well. But so it's really good. It opens up all those different, it branches out our business so that we're not just a cafe anymore, and it just gives us a better quality product. So why not? Chamber's been a great resource. The most recent event I can think of is the social media event, which is a fantastic event. I know I took home a lot of information and have utilized that information over the last month or so. I would recommend anybody to join the Chamber of Commerce because it's events like that actually make it worthwhile, and the opportunity to meet other business owners and so on in our area and sort of outside of Orangeville as well, because I know there was a couple of people outside of Orangeville that was at this particular event. But networking is really important in building a business, and I think Chamber of Commerce does a good job at providing a place to do that.
So interesting there, Troy talks about relationship building and community involvement. And I know you're very involved in the community because I did find you doing something somewhere, which was really cool. So talk a little bit about your community involvement and what you do.
Well, actually, we have a lot of community involvement with different partners. We partnered with the town of Orangeville. We're involved in their day camps, and we do a School of Rock there.
That would be fun, School of Rock.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's 9 to 12 every day, 5 days of the week, and I have a group of kids that have some musical experience. And by Friday, you know what? It's not 10 kids or 8 kids anymore. It's a band, and they actually do a show at the end of the week.
Good.
So yeah, very cool. And we do Lord Dufferin Center. I think that's where we ran into each other last time.
We showed there. We actually used a video, and it was you leading the residents that live there. So talk about that too. That must be really fun. So you're doing kids and seniors and everything in between. That's really cool.
It's something for everybody, right? There's a new babies program coming on board, I hope this year as well too.
Oh,
so
really?
we'll see. I'll talk more about that another time. But at Lord Dufferin Center, basically, there's two main components there. We actually have some of them that are taking private piano lessons. And Bill, my one guy, is 90 and just loves it. I mean, he looks forward to it. And honest and truly, that is one of the high points of my week. I love going there. We started off sort of as a sing-along thing, and then we got a little bit more involved into more of a therapy style program, and you can't say music therapy unless you're actually a therapist, and I'm not. But they do, we're doing drum circle now, we're starting a new hand taps program.
Oh, wow.
So it's going way beyond just the sing-along part, and the seniors love it. They're eating it up. We got a really good, strong core group. We got 10 or 12 regulars that show up every week, don't miss it. And there's always a few extras that tend to sort of meander on in and participate as well. So, and that's going just fabulously well. Yeah.
Talk a little bit about the Chamber of Commerce and your membership with them. I mean, you've been around, like we talked about, the business itself has been around for a while, but you're a fairly new member to our chamber.
I am indeed. I wasn't aware of all the benefits that the chamber offered, and when it came down to looking at what the chamber had to offer us, not just networking, but like the social media events, seminars. One of the biggies for me was being able to participate in the group insurance program. Yeah. You know, like that's huge. It's so tough to be able to afford that kind of thing.
Right.
And then, you know, membership in the chamber allows that, makes it accessible for me and my family. So it's huge. And I just wasn't aware of everything that the chamber offered.
So I think some people would say you're a pretty lucky guy because you get to go to work every day and do something that you're passionate about doing. Not many people get that opportunity. A lot of people work in jobs and they're not really happy with them. So you're pretty lucky.
You know what? I tell people on a regular basis, I have the best job in the world. And I do. I get to go, and it's a different set of students every day, different challenges, but again, you get to put on the different hats, and I mean, that has its own challenges as well, but it's never the same thing. No 2 days are the same. So always something new, always something different, and it's a lot of fun.
We have maybe about 30 seconds left. If I asked you what's sort of your favorite musical instrument, what would it be and why?
Oh man, I get this all the time. You know what? It's not one. It's just working in the industry. It's being able to pass that love of music on to the next generation. So it's not a one instrument kind of thing, Radina.
All right, very complex there.
What can I say?
Thank you, Paul, for sharing your love of music with us. And we're going to take another break here on the Chamber Matters. And when we return, we're going to learn about tattoos. So stay tuned. And then we